Hi, welcome to Northern Whimsy Art Studio. My name is Andrea Sonicson. Today I'll be showing you how to make the Mosaic fox. So in your kit you're going to have some beads, you're going to have orange glass, some brownish black glass, a thing of glue, a cup of white with two eyes an eyes and a nose in there, and you're going to have a popsicle stick. This is what you'll need for this portion of the project. The other video will show you how to do the grouting portion of this, and you are going to have another popsicle stick, a sponge, and then a cup of grout for that part of the project, and we'll go over that more. For this project, because there's so many little pieces, if you have a pair of tweezers that you can use, that is helpful. Otherwise you can use your popsicle stick to kind of push pieces around, but the tweezers can help to move those pieces around, but that is not included in the kit. A pencil is also needed to draw your design. So on this fox I have made some pencil marks just to kind of mark where I want to put my beaded designs on him. When you're working with glass, remember that it is sharp. Obviously it is cut glass and there are going to be shards in there, so just please be careful. If you feel more comfortable wearing rubber gloves when you're working, please do. So when I'm going to start with my beads. So I'm just going to put some in my hands and I'm just going to start thinking about how they're going to go here. I'm not going to glue this entire piece because my glue will dry before I get done with it. So I don't want to put glue on the entire piece. So what I'm going to do is take some glue. I'm going to think about where my pieces are going to go and kind of have an idea first. Then once I have that figured out, I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to go ahead and put glue on that line. And this is not just Elmer's glue. This is called Weld Bond glue, and this is made for gluing mosaics, glass, metal, wood, that kind of stuff. So if you decide to do your own projects, make sure that you're using the proper glue for that. And if for some reason you get your glue and it's a little drier, a little thicker than what you'd like, this is water-soluble glue. You can add a little bit of water to this. Just a tiny bit though, just to make it work for you. You don't want to add too much. So I'm going to just start setting these there. This one I'm going to go all the way to the outside of the piece, and then that way I don't have to find a little tiny piece to fit in there. And I love to get feedback on these videos and on the kits if there's anything that you would like to see added, or animals you'd like to see, or just different shapes. I'm always glad to hear from people who have suggestions or comments. So I'm keeping my glue down below my mosaic pieces, so I don't want the glue to stick up between it. So I'm not using a ton of glue, just enough for the pieces to bed down in it, but not come up over the top. And if I get too much glue on here, I can use a little rag or use something to wipe it away. It's not a big deal. You just don't want to let it dry in clumps or your pieces won't lay flat on it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to stop with this portion because I think you get the idea of how to do this. But I'm going to go ahead and go around all my lines, and I would go ahead and get all of those finished first. That would be my first step with this guy. But I'm going to hold off on that because you guys have the concept there. So then the next thing I'm going to do is think about his face. I'm going to put some glue up here. I know where his ears are going to go, his eyes and his nose. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is where I have to make some decisions. Do I want some black on his ears, or do I want to leave it just orange? So I'm going to look at my black pieces and see what I have here. I may think about just doing a little, let's see, maybe just a little black piece. Right there. No, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave his ears orange. I'm not going to do that on this piece. So I'm just going to set that right there for now. I'm not going to do black on this face like that. But I'm going to look in the white cup. The white cup has the two eye, or the eye and the nose in it, unless you pick something else to use. You can use the black glass too if you don't like the eyes and the eye and the nose. You can pick what you want there. So just making sure that it is bedded down into the glue so it doesn't pop loose when you're grouting. And then I'm going to get my orange glass and start filling in with the orange. So I'm going to pick one that I feel like is going to be a good ear shape. Let's do that one there. And let's see, a little bit wider one for this one. That one there. And then I'm just going to start picking pieces and working my way down. I'm leaving a space in between the glass that's going to allow the grout to go down into there. So I'm not putting the pieces right up against each other. I'm leaving a space in between them for grout. And our grout color is going to be white for this. This one. And flipping them over helps. You can use both sides of this orange glass. Some glass you don't want to use both sides of, because it'll have different texture on the other side, but this glass definitely works well to flip it over. Just filling in around that eye so it's that eye shape. There. So what I'm going to do next is come down here on his stomach, or his chest, I'm sorry, and I'm going to fill in this area with glue. And that's going to be where the white goes. So I'm going to just pick pieces so I kind of have a little sharper area there. So I'm going to pick pieces that have kind of the same shape as the area I'm looking at. And following the lines around. So it has a little curve on this side, so I'm going to look for a piece with a curve and an angle on that side. Works pretty good. And at this point, I don't have to follow that line exactly. If I find a piece that kind of fits and makes that curve how I want it, I don't have to necessarily stick with that. So I'm just going to use that right there. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and do his tail while I'm at it. So we know that that line is going to be with the beads. So I'm just going to glue his tail and figure out what piece I want for that very tip. So that one kind of fits pretty good. Here, if you get to where you're doing a lot of mosaics, you're going to want to purchase some nippers so you can cut your own glass shapes. But I try to put a pretty good variety of shapes in these kits so that they're not necessary. I do have nippers for sale here at the studio if that's something you do decide you would like. So I'm going to look in this cup and see if I have another little piece, and this guy right here is going to fit perfect. So I'm going to stick him right in here. I'm going to bump this guy up a little in there. Okay, so his tail is now done. I'm going to do his feet. Or his legs. So I'll find a good piece for first foot. That one's pretty good. Kind of got a flat toe there. I got a baby sleeping on my back, so I think he'll sleep a few more minutes, hopefully. Multitasking. Okay, I'm going to put this piece right here for that heel. And so then what I'm going to do after I get this brown done is I'm going to come in with all the orange. I'm sorry, when I get done with this brown, I'm going to go ahead and finish all of these, but you've already done that. You're going to go ahead and finish those ones. And then I'm just going to fill in with all the orange around there. After I get the entire fox filled in, I'm going to give him about 12 hours to dry. and then I can grout him. So that's going to be the second part of the video. So if you look on YouTube, both videos are on there. Okay, looks like we're out of time with Kiddo. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it.